Imagine this. You're a well-known racer at the peak of your career, and suddenly, your life is turned upside down. In an instant, you're thrown into prison, and within days, you have to get back to racing. What do you do when life knocks you down, but you choose to rise up even stronger than before? This is the story of Chuck, the Street Outlaws racer who faced adversity and turned his toughest challenges into motivation. Stay tuned to find out how he did it. Chuck never imagined that one simple day, being called to court, would change his life forever. It all started over a year ago when he received a desperate call. He was at the hospital with his son, dealing with a tough situation. After leaving the hospital, things took an even worse turn. Chuck was accused of a minor crime, something that could have easily been resolved. But then suddenly, the judge handed down a much harsher sentence than expected. Instead of a simple penalty, Chuck was sentenced to 60 days in jail. And it wasn't just any jail. The Oklahoma County Jail, where Chuck was sent, is known for being one of the worst jails in the United States, a place no one wants to be. For Chuck, it was a shock. In an instant, he was behind bars, with nothing to do but reflect on everything that had just happened. The first days inside the jail were extremely tough for Chuck. He was isolated from the world, unable to communicate with anyone. During the 25 days he was imprisoned, he had only 7 showers and 1 change of clothes. Chuck knew this wasn't a place for anyone, especially not him. But despite all the adversity, Chuck didn't let it break him. He received support from his team and fans across the country, which gave him the strength to push forward. He also received help from other inmates, who showed him how to survive in that brutal environment. The experience, though painful, brought valuable lessons. After being released, Chuck was ready to face new challenges. Without wasting any time, he headed straight to the tracks, where his team was waiting to begin preparations for the next big race. The pressure was on because, aside from dealing with the effects of jail, he had to compete against cars that had already been tested and fine-tuned for the competition. Even though he hadn't had the chance to properly test his car, Chuck was determined. He knew he had to give it his all, no matter the obstacles. The race wouldn't be easy, but he was ready to take on the challenge. Chuck's team worked tirelessly to get the car as fast as possible, but the pressure kept building as the race day drew closer. Chuck knew that the road to victory would be longer than he had imagined. Even with all the setbacks and obstacles he had faced, he wasn't willing to give up. He was entering a new phase of his life, one that was more mature, with a clearer understanding of what really mattered: his family, his fans, and, of course, racing. Chuck is determined to give his best and climb back to the top again. And so, Chuck moves forward, determined to reach his goals and claim new victories. His story is one of resilience and strength, proving that no matter the adversity, it's never too late to start over. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and leave a like to follow the rest of his journey. Stay tuned because Chuck's story is just beginning.